What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and I'm here to go over Bitcoin and some of the other market stuff going on. As I've mentioned before, you should always pay attention to what's going on in the traditional markets. If you're following someone that just follows crypto and doesn't get into the traditionals, chances are they're not going to understand what's going on. Just putting that out there. Anyways, so this is the target that we had, and it hit almost exact. And we're going to go over how I got those targets. Hopefully you can learn from that. And then I want to take a look at some more stuff. We'll take a look at that Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart. We'll take a look at the Dow Jones, DXY, quick look at Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP. Mind you, stick around for those charts. Those charts are about 6 or 8 months old, and they're playing out beautifully. We'll also take a quick look at gold, silver, and yeah, stick around. Should be a good video, guys. I want to remind you guys to scroll down, smash that thumbs up. I do appreciate it. It helps get the video out there. Also, make sure you leave a comment if you're watching this after the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want real analysis without the hopium and craziness going on in this space. So anyways, also I want to give a shout out to Crypto Whale on Twitter. I appreciate the shout out yesterday. Got a lot of new followers from Twitter from that. Again, I want to say I appreciate that. Anyways, let's take a look. So, okay, we are at the weekend. Unfortunately, this is all happening on a Friday. So you guys know weekends can be crazy. The opposite of what everybody's thinking can happen. So be very cautious if you're going to be trading this weekend. I am in a long. I longed down here where my target was. I do have my stops down just below. So if I do take a small loss, it doesn't matter, but I will not be trading anymore this weekend if that gets stopped out. But this trade here, I'm in a scalp long, looking for about 40,000. If that happens, great. Like I said, if I get stopped out, oh well. We made a lot of money on this move, guys. So anyways, looking at this ascending triangle up here, if you use this top blue line and then the white diagonal line here, we took a measured move of that, and that was way back here when it broke back on December 29th. But if we take a look at where that broke, that's where I got that target from. Pretty simple stuff, guys, without all the crazy, just hyped up ridiculousness. But anyways, that's how we got that target. Then these other two targets here, we did get bounces off of them, but those were strictly targets of looking at this blue channel all the way across. The measured move of that, let me get these over here. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so the first target there was the measured move of this channel. Bring it down to the length of the channel where it broke down. That got us at 38.8. And then we had this rising channel here. Take a measured move of where that broke. And that got us that 39.3, 39.4 range. But we have been looking for this target for over a month, guys. Like I said, back here for around a month, we've been looking for these targets. They finally hit. Things take time. Guys, you got to be very cautious with the FOMOing, like on moves like this right here. If you guys follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, I suggest you do. It's at CryptoSavvy1. But this big pump we had yesterday here, guys, we have 240 people and 130 likes. Take a second out, smash that like button. If you're watching on your mobile, just exit the chat for a second, hit the thumbs up, and you can get right back in. You're not going to miss anything. But anyways, on this pump here, it did get up to 43.4. I thought it was going to be about 42.8. But 2 days before this happened, I had tweeted out that I was looking for a possible pump to around the 42.8, and then it dropped like a rock. We went a little past that, but obviously you can see what happens. So learning to analyze markets is very valuable in trading. Now, learning to analyze markets and learning to trade it are two different things. Because there are many different methods. Everybody has to find out what works good for themselves. There is no paid course that's going to teach you how to trade perfect. Everybody's risk management, everybody's situation is different. And I do often make fun of the bulls and the Moon Boys and things like that. But in all honesty, guys, I don't like to see anybody lose money. But the fact of the market is, people have to lose money for others to make money. But I do feel bad for those people that were longing. I do feel bad for the people that bought the top. You know, in all seriousness. But again, I do like to play a lot, and a lot of people get offended by it. Sorry, but it is what it is. Anyways, let's get over to look at a couple more charts here. This is a long-term macro chart that we had some. You can see, let me get the RSI off there. You can see that I had the parabolic arcs. Every time we break that arc, we go into a long bear market. Back here in 2018, we broke it, bear market, and we broke this right over here in November. And if we look at the fibs here, the next fib line for real major support is around 32. If that is to break, then we're looking at around 20. If that's to break, then 10, and much, much lower if that breaks. I know a lot of people don't think it can go that low, and it may not, but let's take a look at some charts. This is the daily chart we've been watching. You guys that follow the channel know that I was counting these as 5 waves. A lot of people counted this as an ABC, which it is not. It's a measured out 5 waves. We actually called these 5 waves out back in May. You can go back and watch those videos. Anyways, then we were looking for 3 waves up. Although the 3 wave up went a lot higher than we thought. I was thinking mid 50s, 57,000. Obviously, we went higher. But nevertheless, it is a 3 wave correction. I knew that this was not a finished correction, and we are seeing it play out now. But this is an irregular correction where this broke the old high, but it's still just part of a correction. And we talked about looking for 5 waves down. Could this have been wave 2? That is a possibility. Although we could still get a bigger wave 2 way up here, but we'll talk about that if that presents itself. But as of right now, you guys know I was watching this rising broadening wedge. Told you a break of this wedge was going to be bad. The measured move of that. And again, guys, that doesn't mean it goes straight down. You know, we can have bounces back up all the way down, and I'll show you that in the Amazon chart. But this measured move target gets us about the lower to mid $20,000 range. And we also knew this was going to happen when we got rejected here on the daily RSI. You guys know I love the RSI, always use the RSI. It can be very profitable if you take the time to learn it. And I'll get into the chat here in a minute, but let's take a look at this Amazon to Bitcoin chart. Now, this was Amazon back in the .com bubble. A lot of people say you can't compare it. Yes, you can, because it is a chart. Charts make patterns, and they're based on human emotion. Back here, everyone was super bullish in the tech bubble or .com bubble, whatever you prefer. Everybody was buying everything, thinking it was going up. A lot of scam .coms were coming in, and people were buying it up. Just like we have a lot of scam cryptos, probably 95 or better percent are scams, in my opinion. But anyways, all this time it took to wash out. And if we look at, let's look at the bigger Amazon picture. Right here is that bubble. So you want to say I'm ultra bear on Bitcoin. In reality, if Bitcoin is to succeed, I see it doing something like this. But this is a .com bubble, and it took 10 years for it to break that high. Does it have to take that long? Absolutely not. Do I think it's gonna? Probably. Hit 1 in the chat if you think we could be in a multi-year bear market right now. Hit 2 if you don't. But let's get into some more stuff here. All right, so we've been talking about this orange trend line. It did break, and I said that was pretty bad news if it did. But if we zoom in over here, let me zoom in to where it broke the orange trend line. It did come back up above before continuing down. But guys, like I said, this downfall here took 600 and some days. If that is to happen here, we're looking for Bitcoin to bottom under 10K, probably in around 2023, mid to end of 2023. You can check my video back from, I think it was December 2nd. I made an Amazon comparison chart, and I talked about the targets. I'm not going to talk about them every video because people get very salty and very ugly about it. But definitely check it out if you haven't. I actually tweeted it in a tweet this morning. that video that I made in December talking about this before it happened. But again, guys, there were lots of big bounces in here all the way down. This is the weekly chart. Each candle is 1 week. So this took a long time to play out. So keep that in mind. Also, if you guys are interested in trading, by far the best exchange, in my opinion, is Prime XBT. Link down below. You can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus for trading. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. You can trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, all from one exchange. You can have multiple trades in, longs and shorts at the same time. They don't clump them all together like the scammy exchanges. It's actually a true exchange. There is a tutorial here if you go to my page. There's some other tutorials you guys might want to check out. They're older, not the best videos, but they have great info on them. And the Prime XBT one is right here. It tells you where to put the promo codes in. Also tells you how to adjust your margin in there. So let's get over to the weekly. So this is the weekly chart, guys. And again, the weekly chart takes time to play out. Each candle is 1 week. But we talked about an open and close of last week's candle below this. And I talked about it before that happened. If it happened, we were looking for the lower targets. Now, as long as we remain below this 43.9, chances are we get down to those mid to lower 20s level. If we get back above the 40, say 44,000, then we can, reassess from there. But as of right now, it is looking like we are headed down there. And as you can see in the RSI, again, I love the RSI. You can use the RSI. Hold on 1 second, guys. Whoa, had to sneeze. But you can use the RSI along with other indicators so you get multiple confirmations. You don't want to rely on just one. And again, guys, on this channel, I will never tell you when to buy. I will never tell you when to sell. I will never tell you when to long. I will never tell you when to short. But what I will do is I'll show you what I see in the markets, why I see it, what I use to find it, and I will tell you what I'm doing. But it's all up to you to do what you feel is the right thing to do. If you are just jumping into trading and throwing all your money in, you're going to lose your ass. If you want to learn how to trade, start trading with a fake account, and Prime XBT has contests on there where you can actually learn to trade on their exchange, just getting in their contest for free. They give you free money to play with. But if you win in those contests, you can actually win big amounts of tradable money. So that's another thing you might want to check out in there. Again, that link's down below, but we could definitely be seeing this sometime soon. Now, could that be the bottom and then we continue up from there? Absolutely. That is a possibility. Although I do think it'll go lower. We'll see what happens. I will be keeping everyone updated with my thoughts on this channel. And when I don't do videos, I will be keeping up on my Twitter, letting you guys know if I see any changes. So make sure you give me a follow there. Guys, don't forget to smash the likes. Also, check out my wife's webpage, inkyourimage.com. And yes, I'm going to show my wife's webpage. It is my wife. It is her business, and she does an awesome job at it. She does have a Bitcoin and crypto section. She can put any crypto or anything you want on any of this stuff. Keep that in mind. But there's a lot of good gift ideas, all kinds of stuff in here. Definitely check it out. Taking a look at the Dow. So this is the Dow Jones. I got the 4 hour on both sides. We're going to zoom in on this side. But as you can see, we've been watching this wedge here. If this wedge breaks to the downside, we could be looking at a 31,000 point Dow, somewhere in that range. And again, that's not going to happen all at once either. But definitely looking like a possibility here. So again, if we get a bounce off this bottom, come back up to the top, then we could, remain bullish if it breaks the top of the wedge. Again, guys, I'll get into the chat here in a minute. But I just want to go over this stuff without getting interrupted too bad. So that's what I'm looking for. If we zoom in here, really no point to zoom in here. There's not much to look at as of right now. But remember, it is Friday, and a lot of times when the market, right before it closed, they try to rally the Dow, or try to rally the NASDAQ, things like that. So, and the S&P. We'll see if that happens today. But again, remember, it is the weekend. So you know, there's pressure on Bitcoin and the crypto market pushing down right now because the markets are open and going down. If they quit, it is possible that Bitcoin just, you know, springs up and takes advantage of the low volume on the weekend while the markets are closed, not pushing it down, may take a spring up. So keep that in mind. All right, let's take a look at the DXY. DXY, I have been bullish on since back here. Everyone was calling me crazy. You can see what's happened. I don't have to tell you. Ethereum. So our Ethereum, our first target was 32.25. I had said if that breaks, we could expect around 22.50. I still see us going down to this level. May bounce around in between here for a while, but if this breaks, then I'm looking for 18.50. And if we're going into a longer term bear market, I do see, I mean, it could go as low as 200, but I'm looking at this. It could go all the way back down to where this all broke out, which would be around 270. But right now, these are my targets. Again, nothing below 25.60 until we figure out that Bitcoin is in a long-term bear market, which I do believe is a good possibility. Litecoin, and mind you, these Ethereum, Litecoin, and the XRP chart I'm going to show you, also the gold and silver, are like over 6 months old. We had talked about all these levels. So looking for Litecoin to get down to around this 113 range. If that breaks and we are in the bear market that I've been talking about, then I'll be looking for around a $20 Litecoin. And XRP, everybody called me crazy on this one too. It's pretty much confirmed bad news for XRP now. And yeah, XRP goes down a lot lower than these other ones, but because I think they're about to get some bad news. I've heard some things, not going to say I have a guy, because I don't have a guy, but I've heard some things that aren't looking too good. I haven't confirmed them, but anyways, like I said, this is an old chart. Once we broke down over here, I'd said we could pretty much expect these lower 20 ranges, 20-cent range. I still think that's possible. Again, that may take a year or so if Bitcoin is in that long bear market. And gold. So this is my outlook on gold here. I've been looking for this ABC to get back down to this range. Now, we've talked about right here is very important. We are getting another bounce at our 1832, which is our golden pocket. We got rejected, actually a little front ram, but at 1851. Now, if we can break above the 1851, then we're definitely going to test this high right here. If that's broken, then this whole thing may be skewed, but still what I'm looking for right now. Silver, same thing, almost got up to our old resistance, our old support become new resistance around that 2480. Did get rejected, actually got rejected at 0.786. 23.9 is the golden pocket. If we break below that again, look for the 23 range. But my ultimate target for that is down here to 20. If that breaks, probably 15.5. That's pretty much about it, guys. What's going on in the chat? 90% losses are over. The bear market won't hit that hard anymore. You don't think so, huh, Jason? Well, time will tell. This was all of the measurements here, like the time from top to top are the same. The time from bottom to top are the same. If the same as top to bottom, this was a 95 or 96% correction. Savvy, I just arrived with the video, so I don't know if you already covered this. But what now? More downside or bounce? What are your new targets? Just go back to the beginning of the video, bud. I did discuss it. Hello from El Salvador. Having fun watching Phuket freak out. Could you please take a look at the DXY? How does it hold and its divergence on the 1 hour and 4 hour? The DXY, I don't like to watch in the smaller time frames. I like to watch it on the daily. And as you can see here on the daily, there was huge hidden bullish divergence in an uptrend on the daily. I do think we got much higher to go. But again, I don't watch this on the smaller time frames, daily and up. Don't panic. I talked to El Salvador president. Moonboy is still acting delusional, saying the bear market won't bring us down at least 80% because they watch BitBow. This technology behind blockchain is actually coming into fruition and creating product. This is different than 2017. Hey, Jason, you're obviously new to markets. You know, I wish you luck, and I hope you continue to learn about markets. The asset doesn't matter, market does. Take a look at MicroStrategy shares for shits and giggles. All right, I'll do that. Well, I want to look at AMC getting crushed. All right, so MicroStrat. All right, MicroStrategy. As you guys know, it is dying. There's another thing I want to show you guys. This was everybody's hero, Michael Saylor. And a lot of people don't talk about it. He was the biggest loser in the dot-com bubble. And this was the dot-com bubble, and this was his company in the dot-com bubble. Do you see that? He did the same thing with Bitcoin over here, guys. Not looking good. He got accused of fraud. He probably made millions of dollars shorting his own company, which he's probably doing now, making billions of dollars. But he actually lost like 16 billion on paper, was the biggest loser. But kind of fishy how it happened. I think you know, he got busted for fraud. He had a small fine of like, I don't know, $1 or $3 million, but he probably made billions in his hustle. Same hustle he's playing on the Bitcoiners right now. He plays on hopes and dreams. Just wait till the hodl train homies sell the bottom like every time, right? This time is different, blah, blah, blah. Right on. Don't forget the last time we hit 29K and smart money was buying. Savvy was euphorically calling for 10K. No, if you were around back then, I was calling for a bounce of the ABC correction that I just explained over here. Was waiting for the ABC bounce, which we got. So, and if you watch my videos from back then, way back here, I was saying probably mid-June when it bottoms, and it was mid-June when it bottomed. Yeah, these blah 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 little hater people can roll on out of here. Are you reviewing alts this year? Crypto Latina. Yeah, I'll look at some alts. Like I said, how I'm going to be doing that is if I get 1,000 likes on my recorded videos in the morning, then I will do a live stream and cover what anybody wants to look at, stocks, alts, whatever. We'll go over them. But we have to have 1,000 likes on the daily video, and then I'll do a evening video. Can you look at VeChain? Not right now. I'm not going to go over any alts right now, but what I will do is I'm going to get out of here, guys. Let's see. If we get 1,000 likes on this video, I may do a date by this evening. Not too late, but if we get 1,000 likes on this video, I'll do a live later and go over some altcoins and traditional markets, things like that you guys may want to look. Thanks a lot, guys. I am out of here.